welcome to Color in the Shape of Sound Studios podcast numero 1.
All right, we don't have a lot on the agenda. Well, by a lot I mean anything.
We don't have anything on this agenda.
But today it's me, Johnny, Gibson,
Kevin.
Rocio. I thought you were gonna say your last name.
Nope.
But I did because people know me. Well, no one knows me, but it's my studio.
I don't want people to know me. I just work here.
Your voice sounds really good.
Yeah,
I know it does.
It sounds
Oh,
manly.
God.
It sounds.
The sound of smooth jazz in the morning.
It sounds like KXRQ radio.
Thank you. See, I don't need the help of a special mic to make me sound more of a man or make me sound better, unlike Johnny.
Because you have a beard.
Yes, that is exactly why.
Well, all right. I'm using this RE20 because it's a radio mic and I have it, and I thought it would be good for this. But Kevin thinks that maybe I need something to make me sound more manly, and it's not a true story.
Your voice really doesn't sound any much deeper with that mic, and it's supposed to have a deepening effect.
I'll shoot you and wear your boots, Kevin.
What?
I don't know.
that made no sense.
That's what cowboys say.
No, they don't.
I know cowboys. I watched a lot of John Wayne, and
That doesn't mean you know cowboys.
he's a real cowboy.
No, he's an actor.
You're an actor, Kevin.
I know.
Kevin doesn't even work here. He's not an engineer at all. We pay him to. He looks good when people come in the studio, so he doesn't know what he's doing. He's just an actor.
I'm just kind of the enforcer.
He scares people into doing better.
Do you think I should use that? No, use that guitar. Trust me.
Do what I say, or
But no, trust me. I know country western. Do that one.
yeah. But I don't know what should we talk about? What's on your mind, Kevin? What's musically going on in your life right now? Guitar wise or drum wise, or what's going on?
Been listening to a lot of music that it's kind of embarrassing to listen to for me.
A lot of Katy Perry, Kesha.
No, I would not go that far.
What have you been listening to?
A lot of Motion City soundtrack.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, but I mean, when you come from playing in death metal bands, it's a little bit of a stretch.
Some of the guys from your past would not be the biggest fans.
There were certain bands that I would not bring up around certain friends.
But that's what you grew up with, right? Was like the early 2000s, like pop punk type of stuff.
That and a lot of the old school punk,
Yeah.
like Sex Pistols, Ramones, Social Distortion. It's just a matter of, because I played punk rock,
That's what you
I was
got
a
into.
really fast drummer, so I always got hit up to play in metal bands because I could keep up.
Yeah, I see. For me, I got into the pop punk first, and then that got me looking at the Ramones and the Sex Pistols and all that kind of stuff. Okay.
Did you?
It's okay. That doesn't need to be brought up.
But yeah, so I guess that's kind of what got me into the heavier stuff. Well, first growing up, I didn't know any music existed other than classic rock and country, because that's all my parents would listen to.
Yeah, same here. That's what I grew up with.
Yeah.
And I just listened to what everybody at school
Oh,
listened to.
so you had
all
the
that
hip hop stuff.
Hip hop, yeah.
I don't know why that's the big thing. Like when you're growing up, but it is.
Yeah, I don't know.
It still is to people.
Yeah, totally.
See, yeah, I grew up though with Van Halen, also all the classic rock and Journey and
You and Bruce listening to
well,
Van Halen.
and the stuff that was on country radio at the time, which still wasn't that great, but
like the early 2000s and late 90s. Well, you're older than me, so
mid 90s.
Yeah.
A lot of Garth Brooks and
Yeah.
Clint Black.
yeah. I was like Alan Jackson and Toby Keith and like Tracy Bird and that kind of stuff. But yeah,
I like the Spice Girls,
The-
Britney Spears.
I'll tell you what I won't.
Then I got to middle school, and then I slowly discovered rock music and got into the pop punk scene for a short bit, and then discovered punk and hardcore and went with that.
I remember I actually like I said, I was just like country and classic rock, and my oldest sister had brought home a burnt CD of Simple Plan's first album, the No Pads, No Helmet, Just Balls or something like that, and I listened to that. I was like, that was awesome. That was like totally different kind of music. So I got really into that, and then I found Blink, and I took off from there.
It's really funny though that would be their album title, and the fact that they're talking about they have balls, but they cry in almost every single song.
Totally, yeah. It was like whiny white boys.
It still is. All their new stuff still sounds the same.
Well, I'm not that super into their new stuff. I mean, it's not bad, but it's like I don't want to listen to it. Their first album is still my favorite album.
Yeah, I had a hard time trying to get into them. I was more if I had to go with the older pop punk band,
Newfound Glory.
Newfound Glory, MXPX,
Yeah.
more of that stuff. I like really old Blink. The Blink,
Like-
not most people know Blink.
Dude, I'm psyched for this new Blink album because I think it'll be good, but it's not going to be older stuff. But they're going on tour. They just started tour. I think yesterday was their first tour date, and they're playing with Matt Skiba.
Well,
and,
I mean, of course, it's got Matt Skiba, which is
Yeah.
gonna make it great.
yeah, and it's going to make it. They were talking like it's going to be old Alkaline Trio and old Blink. So I'm hoping so bad that they will play those older songs because I saw them in 2012 and it was all like singles and all the like really popular songs and then some of their new stuff off of Neighborhoods, which was new at the time. But I'm hoping they're gonna play stuff off of like Buddha and Cheshire Cat for this.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, like, if they're gonna go back, they
Right?
should go back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what they said. So I'm hoping
Well, if it is, I'm a big fan of Alkaline Trio,
same.
and I will say if it sounds, even new Alkaline Trio is still amazing to me. But if it does sound like old school Alkaline Trio,
Yeah.
I will be down as long as it has some I'm sure it will have influence from them,
yeah.
but
Well, did you hear they had like not leaked tracks, but stuff that they had put on Instagram of the drums and vocals and stuff. It sounds similar to like Plus 44 and Alkaline Trio to me.
yeah, you made me do that drum cover to it that one day.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. We, oh man, I don't know. I kind of like the middle of the Alkaline Trio is kind of my favorite, where they were like, kind of where everyone knew them.
Yeah, I like 2003 to 2007.
Yeah, that's kind of when I got into them as well.
Like, I'm also, that's the same time too that, well, I was in high school 2003 to 2007. And that's when I started discovering other bands closer to like probably 07 time, like the psychobilly scene
yeah.
and Tiger Army and Coffin Cats.
I was like a kid at that time though. You know, I was in grade school, and when I was in high school was like, I think I was a freshman in 2011. So, that was like not a great time for music. So I went back to all the stuff that was early 2000s, late 90s, and that's what I'm stuck on now still.
Yeah, Johnny makes it seem like I am much older than him. In reality, I'm only 6 years older than him.
Well, that's older, like
But-
from where we're at in life.
When you talk with music,
Yeah, that's
It's
nothing,
around
yeah.
from when I was in high school to when he was in high school, there's a big change.
Yeah.
Even now, I don't listen to anything modern really, unless it's psychobilly bands or
Yeah.
Anything that's like taking it back are the only bands that are good right now.
anything that's using influences of, like, I'll listen to country as long as it's influences of the old guys like Merle Haggard
yeah.
and Johnny Cash, Waylon.
Yeah, for sure.
I will listen to that. This Florida Georgia line crap and
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with country music right now. It's
Chris
like pop.
Stapleton.
Chris Stapleton is good, but
good.
he keeps it. It's got that 70s
Yeah.
bluesy kind of feel to it, and
For sure.
that, like, the modern country is just like,
It is pop music
It's
with
like
a steel guitar.
yeah, it's like listening to like a AC/DC type music with these so-called country lyrics, but every country song you hear now is just about a girl or a pickup truck.
Yeah, I lost my dog
Like,
and my
that's-
truck ran away.
Old country music told a story. It wasn't all about
Yeah, it's not
trying to get a girl with a painted on jeans. Like,
for sure. Yeah, but other than, I guess what we've been listening to, because I guess what we've been listening to is the same stuff we've been listening to since we were in high school.
no, I discovered a lot of bands even after I graduated. I still discovered new bands.
Well, I've been doing, all the recordings here in the studio, and all the guys come in I talk to, and they, introduce me to new stuff because I don't always record bands that are always my style that I like to listen to. and I recorded this guy DJ something a while back. He was a really good singer songwriter and just a good songwriter. All of his songs were like true, and it was like real country. And he was telling me about this Texas country that I had never heard of, and that's really good. That's new country. That's good.
There's a lot of good bands from Texas.
I'm not from Texas. I don't know.
I know. I was about to make a joke on that, but you cut me off.
There's only one good band from St. Louis, and that's Story of the Year. Those guys were cool. I knew them. They actually played at the Six Flags there that my sisters worked at, and they were friends.
They have the coolest guitar flip I had ever seen.
Yeah, they're like really energetic on stage. You like backflips and everything.
It's the band I told you or showed you. They threw the guitars across stage to the guitar techs.
Oh yeah.
Hop up on the amps,
That is-
backflip off, and then the tech throws the
Yeah.
guitar on.
Oh, okay.
They're cool. They're definitely
Very
cool
high energy. It surprised Johnny that I liked them.
guys. Yeah.
The energy's there though.
Yeah. But what have you been into, like, playing wise? Same stuff or what?
And it just honestly whatever I feel that day.
Well,
Really?
I
It's all
noticed you've
different?
been wanting to do like covers, like take rap and make it
Oh yeah. I've noticed that
punk
too.
or metal, and take
Yeah.
Disney and make it punk or metal.
Yeah, that's the fun stuff. I like.
Right now, you've been wanting to do like more cover, like
Yeah, I've been having fun with a lot of covers, but when it comes to actually
Writing your own stuff.
writing my own stuff, it all really depends on kind of what I've been listening to the past few days and how I'm feeling, because when I write, I don't have like I have to write a punk song. Like I've
Yeah.
written folk songs, I've written punk rock songs, I've written metal songs for a band I used to play, and so I've written.
Yeah, all over. I'm kind of the same way. I'll. It doesn't matter. Like I don't. If I was gonna be in a band right now, it wouldn't be a punk band or a country band. I just wanted to be in a band.
Yeah.
I could write an acoustic slow song or like a metal song with like double kick and everything. The blast beats. It's just whatever moves me is what I want to play.
yeah.
No, I think that's how it should be.
Yeah, for sure.
Too many people I played in a band for a very short time, mainly because I got extremely frustrated with the guy that started the band, because the whole mindset was we got to do this and we got to make money. If you don't hear a mainstream drummer or guitarist or anything do it, you don't do it.
And that's not going to set you apart from the other bands.
No, he wanted a cookie cutter band, and
That's not what it's about. Playing music is about being you, not being everybody else.
Yeah.
I had a couple rehearsals with him, and I'd played with a guy for years and other stuff, and I just went, I can't do this. Like, if you're going to try and make me be a cookie cutter kind of musician, I'm not going to do
You
it.
can't tell someone how to play their music.
No. Music is feeling. Music is
sure.
like doing artwork.
It is art. It's
It's
no
what
different
you
than
feel
painting
at
a
that
picture.
time. Like,
Yeah.
You
Like,
can't. Well, I mean, you can learn it, but it takes talent
Yeah.
to make it right.
Exactly. And even doing covers, you and I both do the same thing. We don't try, all right, I got to play it exactly like Travis Barker or whoever's the song's by, You put your own spin on it,
yeah, you got to make it your own.
Yeah, exactly. That's I think, as a musician, if someone was going to cover one of my songs, I would think that that's like an honor to have someone say, wow, that's what they did with my song. That's awesome,
Yeah, like, I'd be honored if somebody ever wanted to cover a song I did.
For sure.
And two, like, you got to have, no matter what you're covering or what you do, you got to have fun. I mean, you've put on, old 50s music or a swing song for me to cover, and then for fun, I'll just throw in like a random blast beat with
Yeah.
a double kick fill-in roll. Just
because
it
why
doesn't
not?
it
Because
doesn't
why not?
it doesn't go with the music, but I do it in time and then just have fun with it. Like,
Yeah.
you got to enjoy what you're doing. If you don't enjoy it, why do it? There's too many people that go to Guitar Center or any big box music store and just buy a guitar or buy a drum set because it's the cool thing to do, or they think they can make money doing it. No,
Yeah.
do it because you want to do it and because you love it.
It's funny that you say that, because the whole reason I got into music, because I remember It was some guy my sister was dating was like the coolest guy ever, and he played drums. I was like, man, that guy gets all the women. I want to play drums. But then later, after I learned to play for real, I was like, that I like this is my life now. But you know, I guess when you're a kid, a lot of things you kind of do like for the girls or whatever. I remember I started skating because I thought girls would think it was cool, but then I started doing it, and it was like a lifestyle.
I think all little kids are like that.
Yeah, for sure.
See, when I
say for sure too much.
For sure.
For sure.
When I was younger, I just saw like people playing drums and was like, that's really cool. When I get older, I want to play drums. And then I always wanted to play in punk bands. Everybody else wanted to do metalcore because this was 2004, 2005.
Yeah.
So I always played in metal bands, and then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to teach those are hi-hats, Johnny. I'm just going to teach myself how to play guitar and bass so I can write my own punk songs and still play in metal bands with my friends.
Yeah.
And then I realized that girls find it hot. I didn't even do it because I thought girls would like it. I did it because I thought it was cool looking.
It was just a plus.
Yeah, and then I got a super hot fiance, so it worked out good in the end.
I guess... well, what I don't know if girls. I'm not a girl. I don't know, but what I think.
I'm a girl, Johnny. I'm a girl.
You can tell us. Yeah. Well, I mean, to me, it seems like it's not cool. Like, oh, he plays drums. It's cool because like, this is a kind of thing that you can put feeling into and put your soul and speak your mind and be you. You know, and that's attractive.
Yeah, like I know with like all my girlfriends when we like a musician, it's not like anybody could pick up a guitar and like strum it.
Yeah.
But if you like
guitar players are dime a dozen.
if you like strum it or like if you play the drums like just like a it's like okay. Okay, he knows how to play.
He can play drums.
But if he does it with feeling, you feel that. We feel that. And we're like, "Oh my god."
That's one thing like I feel like when I play, I think people notice that I play with a lot of passion when I play.
Yeah.
And for me, like one of the biggest things when drumming, when I was especially younger, and it's true now, but when I was younger, it was a big form of stress relief and just a way to outlet any frustration or anger. I could play music and have fun and create something while also just getting all my frustration out.
Yeah, that's another thing is that it's not only a fun thing to do and a way to express yourself, but it's also like a form of therapy. It's you can get things out or let people know how you're feeling, I guess.
Very much so.
Yeah. That's another thing, why women like musicians or like if you write a song for girls, not like, oh, he made this for me, but it's like, this is how I feel about you, and this is what it sounds like. This is what my feelings sound like almost, God bless you.
Yeah, I will say that sometimes it sounds kind of funny because I know a couple hardcore bands that do have love songs, but it's all double kick and screaming and really heavy riffing, but you read the lyrics and it's really cute and pretty, like it's like, oh my god, but like, why is he screaming that? Is he frustrated that he likes her? Or I don't get I'm so confused. Like that's the music he knows to write, so that's how he wrote that.
Yeah, for sure.
Like me, I know how to write. I can write in different genres, but I really know the punk rock style, so most of my songs, even if they're non-aggressive, will sound aggressive.
Yeah. Because
of the genre.
Yeah, that's there's country songs that could sound sad, but they're talking about how good life is or whatever.
Well, real country is sad.
Well, yeah.
Let's be real there.
But it's cool that it's like all different because, I mean, it depends on what you like to hear.
Yeah.
Like girls, like there are girls who like to listen to like that heavy metal.
Yeah.
And they like that.
They also want a love song.
Yeah, they also want a love song. So it's cool that it's all different.
It's good, yeah. Definitely.
I know Haste the Day has a really good love hardcore song, but I cannot remember the song title for the life of me right now. I think it's called Perfect Night.
I haven't listened to them in I don't know how long, but Kevin, what are you doing over there?
I was just looking how long we were into this.
I should have looked at the clock at the beginning. I didn't.
It's
even
all
think
right.
about
We're
it.
only 20 minutes in.
Okay, cool. How when you do this 30 minutes?
I don't care.
I guess we'll just go till we go. Man, I don't make this too long. No one's gonna listen to it all the way through. But
Dude, I've seen hour-long
Yeah, it's an
podcasts.
hour-long
that's-
podcast.
Think about
true,
radio shows.
yeah, that goes
True.
on all morning. That's
For
true,
some
yeah.
reason,
Sure.
these idiots go download the Billy Madison show and listen to that for 4 hours. I don't know why.
Dude, I moved to Texas, and when I was in St. Louis, they had the show called the Woody and Riz Show in the morning. It was hilarious. And I heard that in the morning. I was like, oh, this is going to be just like that. And I was psyched. And then I was like, oh, I don't like this. This isn't good.
It was a good show when it started, and
Dude, they're just like, oh, like to talk about women. I'm not into that, you know?
yeah, I mean, I agree. Like they found when they first started, they were doing different stuff. They found out what got them an audience, and then they just did the same repetitive
Over and
things
over.
over and over, and it's just
Yeah.
it just sucks. It's so boring.
And I'm not a fan. Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Well, I guess moving on from music, or not music, but like gear-wise, I know that you, I guess, sort of recently built your pedal board, and you've kind of switched up completely from a year ago what you were playing, right?
Yeah.
You were playing a Telly with no pedals, or do you have some pedals, or what?
I was playing a Telecaster through a really crappy amp that I don't remember what I even had for an amplifier.
Was it a no-name amp, or was it just some
No, it
little
just
cheap Fender,
some
like practice amp?
I don't even remember.
You
It's
just had it just to have it.
I had it to have it, and it sucked.
It's just something to play out of.
And
noise.
I was using a Boss ME25, which, I mean, if you can only have one pedal,
Yeah.
the Boss multi-effect pedals are great. You can do a lot with them, and they're great for rehearsing, and they're great for practicing and coming up with different songs. But when it actually comes to trying to use them live
Or in a
using
recording.
them for recording purposes,
Yeah.
they're unless you have like a $400 or $500 Boss multi-pedal, I think like at the 80 or something higher than that,
Yeah.
really they're really limiting. So
It's like almost like using an amp model, or it's like
yeah,
it's not the real thing.
the one nice thing is like if I was playing at a church or something,
Yeah.
was the fact that I could just take that and do like an amp simulator, because the you don't have to carry a heavy amp with you. You can do that, and if you take time and you know how to set up your channels right, you can get a decent tone out of it. No, it's not going to be as good as a real amp, but you can get a decent tone if you try with it.
Yeah.
Too many people are quick to write it off. However, if you're on a budget,
It is what it is. kind of thing.
$200 pedal, it is what it is. If you learn how to use it and you understand what it's for, it's good.
I mean, that's kind of what I feel like about. I have that Fender Mustang head, and it's not a real tube amp, but it's the closest I've found. And for just finding sounds, and I love it. It's good, but when it comes to like you said, recording, I got those two full real tube amps, and that's better to me.
Yeah, like I still have the Boss ME25. It's at my friend's house, and we just use it for coming up with weird tones, or just trying to find a sound really quickly.
Yeah, exactly.
But I quit using that. I don't have the guitar, I don't have the pedal, and I don't have the amp. My entire guitar setup
Yeah.
changed very rapidly, but I knew what all I wanted. I knew the sounds I wanted.
Well, it was things that you've been wanting for a while too, though, right? It was you just decided I'm going to get this, and I want my guitar sound to be good.
No, like I did a lot of research into pedals, guitars, amps. Like I knew what tone I wanted, and I knew, like with my guitar, I use a guitar that I got it relatively cheap, and it was new, but somebody
You just came across a really good deal.
I came across an insane deal. It's a $900 guitar, and because it's a brand
that purple one?
Yeah, the magenta.
The magenta.
It's pink. It's pink. Let's be real, guys.
It's magenta. It's magenta. But because it's a brand that it's not a Fender, it's not a Gibson, it's nothing like that. It's nobody wants it. So the dude that traded into Guitar Center just royally got screwed on that deal because I bought it for $200. The freaking stickers were still on the pickups. Like, this thing had never been played. It still had probably the original D'Addario strings.
Nice looking.
And it's got
no scratches or anything.
No.
It had the plastic and everything on it.
Yeah,
it's a brand new guitar.
And I picked it up for $200. We did research. It's a $900 guitar. It's a Dean DBZ Royale. And this guitar has hot rodded, basically custom Seymour Duncan pickups made specifically for this guitar. And what I really wanted was one guitar
that could do everything.
That I could play.
Quit smacking your mic. You talk with your hands.
I'm sorry, man. I'll Ricky Bobby this.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
I don't know what to do. I basically wanted one guitar that I could just flip styles with because I write in so many genres.
Yeah.
So it's got a coil top so I can get my single coil kind of countryish tones out of it.
Yeah.
And we've played surf, old western, up to,
metal,
punk rock, hardcore metal. Like, it will literally play anything you need to play.
Yeah, that's the thing about my go-to guitar right now is my 90s Gibson Melody Maker. And it's got a Seymour Duncan Hot Reels pickup in it. But that's kind of, it does that guitar and that's it. It doesn't, it's good for like kind of heavy stuff, like I guess alternative type of stuff or whatever. But for doing anything else, any lighter stuff, it doesn't. It can, but it's not like that's not what it's for. And I ended up getting that Fender Tele, the modern player, where it's got a humbucker, a single coil, and then like a lipstick tube on the
neck.
Yeah, on the neck pickup, and it's also the humbucker is coil taps, so it's like super versatile. And I got it for that reason, like you said.
And I remember too, though, you didn't really play that guitar a whole lot.
Yeah.
Until I had started playing it and showed you how much you can do with that guitar, and now that's almost the only guitar you use.
Well, it's been my go-to lately for sure. The neck is so comfortable, and it's not even an expensive Fender. It's made in China. It's I think like 200. I don't remember how much it is. Maybe it's like $400 or $500.
I think they're $499.
I guess so. I don't know. I don't remember how much I paid for it, but yeah, that's it's kind of a mediocre guitar, and that's kind of nowadays you can get like an excellent guitar for not a lot of money. You don't have to get these $5,000 Gibson rare guitars to get that sound.
Especially too if you're like me, you just search around and get amazing deal. Like my whole pedal board, I paid full price, I believe, on 2 pedals.
Yeah,
I think. And I have eight pedals on my board, and then I have 2 pedals that were on there and then got pulled off because they just weren't working very well.
Yeah.
And I mean,
well, too, you were buying but then researching at the same time, so you're like, oh wait, I don't like this sound anymore. I'm gonna get this.
Yeah.
That's kind of what happens when you're building your own sound.
Yeah.
You got to try it out.
You
in
buy,
person.
then you sell.
Going into Guitar Center and playing it on their amp with their guitar is not the same as taking it home and messing with it with your own gear. Sometimes it's just what you have to do.
Well, like, I know for me, if I go in and buy a guitar, my test is like, it's what I did with my DBZ. Can I get it to sound good on a Vox? Probably. Can I get it to sound good on a Marshall? Probably.
But on your Randall.
Can I get it? Oh, dude, my Randall sounds great on the clean channel.
Oh, yeah.
Even the lead channel sounds awesome.
Yeah.
It's a very underrated amplifier.
Yeah. I mean, I remember you brought it here when you first got it, and I was, oh, yeah, that's cool. I mean, I thought it was a cool amp. I didn't know much about them. And then
you got a Randall, cool.
Yeah, and then we played it, and I was really impressed. And then we plugged it into my 4x12 cabinet with the, oh gosh, what speakers? The, What speakers are in there, Kevin?
Didn't you have like Behringers?
No,
or
it's a
something?
Behringer cabinet, but the speakers were swapped out to Celestion. I couldn't think of Celestion, but yeah.
And my Randall has Celestians in it.
Yeah, so we were running it, and it was so loud. Like, the room was shaking.
The nice thing with mine is if you hook up the amplifier to an auxiliary or an extension cabinet, you're still getting all the speakers.
Yeah.
So we had 6 12s going in a 15 by 20 room, and the amp cranked to the point where as soon as you let off strings, it's just feedback city.
Yeah. But it was cool, and that was a good day. I have a picture of Rocio standing by the stack there on the Facebook for the studio.
I think the stack is as tall as her or taller than her.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's either as tall.
It was a little bit taller.
A little bit
even,
taller,
I think.
yeah.
That was a good day.
And I'm 5'4", so.
And I remember that day we were talking about doing some kind of trade or something, and you're like,
Oh yeah.
I'll give you the Randall for. I had like a DOT Studio, like a semi hollow
It was
body.
an Epiphone Dot Studio, and I'm so glad I didn't do the
Yeah,
trade.
dude, I wish you would have. you were playing around on it, and you were just like into that, like those hollow body guitars there.
It's because I love the rockabilly and I still like them, but I just
It's
don't.
not the guitar for you.
I can't play it enough.
Yeah, but after we plugged it in like that, you're like, nope, I changed my mind. No, I don't want to trade.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Is the amp still in your possession, or is it still at Henry's?
So Henry blew his clean channel, so he doesn't have a clean in his
Okay.
Fender.
Oh.
So
It's still
it's
at
at his house, so we can still write and he can use a clean amp, but the amp is mine.
Okay. Yeah. No, I was wondering
Yeah.
because.
You hadn't seen it.
Yeah. He like
Where
took
is
it up
it?
there, but he's like, I remember you saying, I don't want to bring it back down the stairs.
Yeah, it's like a freaking
So
80-pound
huge.
amplifier,
Yeah.
and I don't like carrying it up and down flights of stairs, so it just
and
stays
you're the
there.
only one carrying.
It's the same
Yeah.
as my custom, right? The same.
Yeah, it's pretty similar to the custom.
Yeah. Which is also an excellent amp that I got a really good deal on.
Yeah.
It's the same, 2-speaker combo amp.
I thought that amp was gonna really suck. I think the only thing I have on you with my amp is I think mine has a little bit more volume out of it.
Yeah. What was that movie? This is Spinal Tap, but mine goes to 11.
Mine
That
goes,
goes
this
to-
goes to 11
We're gonna
though.
make the 10 louder than it is now, but this goes to 11.
This goes to 11. I like how he sits there and is like, but this goes to 11.
Yeah, and then it cuts.
Yeah.
This one still has the tag on it. I've never even played it. Don't even look at it.
I love that movie.
The custom though is kind of a totally an underdog. I the only reason I bought it because it had tubes and it was cheap. Yeah. I played it and it sounded pretty good, but once I got to my house, well actually that's kind of a crazy story. I got to my house and it didn't work. The tube, one of the tubes were going out, and I think it only has one tube actually, but
Which makes me wonder, why didn't you test it
well,
before
I did.
you...
I played it there, but it was the tube was just starting to go out. So after like 15, 20 minutes of playing, then it goes out, and I was like, I guess I didn't play it that long when I was there, but so yeah, I took it back to Sam Ash, and I had bought the warranty on it, so it wasn't a big deal, and they took it in, and it was like 3 months, and I called them and said, "Where's my amp?" And they didn't know where it was, or it was, oh no, I know it was. They had put it in under like, this is the last one to work on or something. And the guy who worked there was like a screw up, and they had to fire him. But
Oh no.
yeah, it ended up being, what happened was, for the inconvenience of taking so long, they gave me a really good deal on my Black Panther snare. And
Which I love.
yeah, it sounds so good. It's so snappy. But so I got a really good deal on that, and it's got a microphone mount inside of it, which is awesome. And then when I got the amp back, it turns out the guy who checked it in, who ended up getting fired, had put it for do whatever you can to make it better. So they replaced all the pots on it, replaced the tubes, and they even fixed the handle on it was broken. They fixed that. It was like $200 worth of work that I got done for free.
Holy crap.
Yeah, so when I got back, it was like all brand new parts, everything. The only thing that
And
wasn't
you only
new was
bought
the
it
speakers.
For like $150.
Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't it have
Oh my
Celestians
God.
in it though?
Yeah, it has
Amazingly for a cheap amp.
Yeah, it had Celestians in it, and they were pre-broken in, so I wouldn't have wanted them to replace those anyway. So
Yeah.
it was perfect.
Wow.
I'm really happy with the deal.
Yeah.
you got to be in the right place at the right time. It's not you
Yeah.
can't find that kind of stuff.
And by the way, me and Johnny are both multi-instrumentalists, so we will jump around instruments if
Yeah.
that confuses people.
Yeah, we're my main instrument is drums, and then I go guitar is my second. Those are kind of those are my two instruments, but I can play a little bit of bass and a little bit of keys or ukulele or whatever I need. I can make a melody on almost anything and make something.
And I am basically I will help Johnny with sessions at the studio, and if he needs me to mix anything, I can mix. I'm more of a drummer for hire at the studio and bass player, and I can do rhythm stuff on a guitar.
You can fiddle on a guitar.
I can fiddle with the guitar.
You can do a little chicken picking, pick around.
I feel like if you know how to play an instrument and you could pick up any other instrument, just like mess with it.
Yeah.
Because I try that.
We're
I don't play any instruments, and I try that, and I suck.
Well,
See,
that's how Kevin and I are. We're just. I guess some people are just kind of. They can do that. Yeah. They're musically talented.
That's
or
what
whatever.
pissed off my ex one time because she wanted to learn how to play keyboard, so she bought a keyboard, and I walked over and I just started kind of like playing a little melody on it, and she's like, "What the hell?" I'm sorry. Like, I know one shape, and if you move that around, it just makes.
You
can make a song.
I can
Exactly.
play the tambourine.
Oh, that's good. And the cowbell.
Cowbell.
You always need more of that.
Yeah.
Well, I guess technically, when you wear your belly dancing skirt with the coins,
Oh, my coin.
You could be a shaker.
Yeah, that's true.
You're a human shaker. Mic your skirt up.
oh, dude, we should do that one day.
Just put it in the
Mic it
song.
up.
That'd be awesome. Like, how did y'all get that jingly shaker sound? That is a secret of ours. It's dubbed the belly dancer shaker, but we're not going to tell you how.
We're not
going to
tell you why.
Yeah.
I guess we should also mention that neither of us are full-time real musicians. I mean, we're all real musicians, obviously.
I'm a real musician. I don't know what you're saying.
No,
I'm
well,
alive. I'm alive and well.
we are definitely real musicians and know
Been drumming
what's
for
up.
14 years.
Yeah, same.
So.
I've been drumming since I was in 6th grade and guitar since I was in. I really took it seriously in high school, but
I thought you were about to say I've been drumming for like since like you were in 6th grade and guitar years or something. It's not like dog years, man.
No, but yes, it is because guitarists die faster. No, but we're both engineers, or I don't know. I don't want to speak for you, but for me, I'm an audio engineer at most. Kevin's giving me the look. Don't you talk for me? You don't know my life.
No, I'm a sound engineer also. Like,
Yeah, we both went to school together. That's how we
same
met.
school. I did more. Well, Johnny does it now. I had started doing live sound and did that for a while, and then stopped. And now I just kind of, if I'm needed in the studio, go to a studio. If I'm called to go do live, do live.
Yeah.
If I'm needed to set up a PA, they're just kind of like a jack of all trades.
Yeah. You
Like
jump
a
back,
Swiss
back
Army
and forth
knife.
from Johnny's and Henry's.
That's a story
Yeah.
I need to tell you later. There's a point to the Swiss Army knife thing.
All right.
Dang it, I hit the stand again. That's what happens when you have long arms.
Well, I'm kind of the same. I started doing live sound when I was in high school. I ran sound, or even grade school. At church, I would run the little soundbar, a little 8-channel mixer, and then in high school, I was in a band, and I wanted to be a rock star when I grew up.
Everybody does.
Yeah,
Every kid does.
but then I started recording my own music. We just got a little 2-channel interface in our laptop, and everything was terrible. I have some of the mixes, and some of it's on YouTube.
Dude, that's
They're bad, but
a
I like
2-channel
looking back.
mixer is better than the demos that me and my band recorded when I was in high school.
It was on a little tape, actual tape recorder, because I did that too.
No. I did drums that way one time, but no. We literally had a microphone with a 1/4-inch cable on it.
Like hardwired to it.
Yeah,
I had
hardwired
one of
to
those,
it.
yeah.
And we plugged it into my friend's computer. We didn't even have an interface. We just did the microphone input on a computer. And we put my drums all the way across the room, just so it wasn't like
Too crazy loud.
Loud.
insanely loud.
You play really hard.
And then Yeah, I'm notorious for breaking stuff in the studio.
Poor Johnny.
Yeah, Kevin, he thrashes my drums.
Yeah.
I don't mean to, man. It's just
I thought I was a hard hitter. I am. I mean, I consider myself a fairly hard drummer. And then I meet Kevin. He comes to the studio, and he doesn't have his own drums right now because where he's living.
I broke them too. All the lugs broke.
Yeah, exactly. And so he comes to my house, and then he breaks you broke a ride, which is like the thickest cymbal.
I broke a ride.
You broke my ride.
And think I crashed. I think I cracked one of your crashes also.
You cracked one of my crashes. You broke the. Well, I don't know it was you. I think it was you because you break everything. But
What'd you say? It's Kevin.
the ring on my snare. It was just like a metal cast one, but still, on that pearl. Remember we had replaced it with that Gamma one or whatever.
Yeah, that might have been me.
Yeah.
And then, one of your snare heads that he had bought.
Oh yeah.
He let me play it.
Well, it wasn't that it wasn't even. It was I had got it. That's what I liked. It was Remo dot or whatever. One with the black dot, and it's 2 layers, and that's a pretty thick head, but not for Kevin. Kevin had to go to Sam Ash and consult with Drumbo and get a special badass hardcore head for people that hit too hard like himself.
It's an Aquarian. I basically told him that I was playing first. Let me finish how my band recorded because we got way sidetracked on that.
This is what happens.
So basically, we had the guitar amp and the bass amp under the microphone, like 3 feet below the mic, right? My drums are on the other side of the room. And we only had one microphone, though.
Yeah.
So it's like a full, we're recording everything with this one mic plugged into a computer. Well, that means that our vocalist now has no microphone, which he would plug into his guitar amplifier because he was also a guitarist, but he couldn't scream and play guitar at the same time. So, just imagine this. He is literally 2 inches from the microphone, screaming his head off, trying to be picked up over both amplifiers that were right by the microphone and my drum set.
Wow.
And it would, somehow you could hear everything in the recording. I don't know how, but you could.
Was it like good levels even? Or it was all right? For what you were doing with the one microphone.
For a cheap demo with one microphone, it was fairly impressive. Would I release it? God, no.
I've never heard this story.
I've told you the story.
You have?
Yeah.
You don't remember anything.
I forget.
Yeah, you always complain that I, tell the same stories, but then I bring up a story and you don't even remember it.
I think because right now I'm putting images in my head.
I think, it's because last time I told you it, I actually, showed you what we did.
Oh.
He did a little demo for you.
But back to where we were going with Johnny's snare. He let me play.
Wait, before we go back to that, I want to finish.
You had tell me.
I had my own recording thing. Yeah. So when I was in high school, we had the 2-channel. Oh gosh, we got way off track.
Was it a Behringer?
No.
Was it a Samson?
My interface?
Yeah.
No, my interface was a PreSonus. It was.
So I wasn't paying attention.
No, yeah, it was my. I had that. I like that a lot. I still have it actually. And I use it to record stuff on my laptop on the go. But we had that 2-channel thing. We record vocals and guitars. I remember we went to Guitar Center.
Sorry.
We saved up our money, my buddy Dan and I, and we got 2 Rocket 5 KRK speakers, a drum, a kit of drum mics that had 4 mics for toms and a kick, or and snare, I guess, and then a kick mic, and then 2 small diaphragm condensers for overheads.
And are those the mics you're still using?
I use those on toms still right now, yeah, which I need to get better mics for toms, definitely. But I want a better vocal mic first, because you can, toms are used less. But anyway, no, Kevin's no. Not in a drummer's eyes. These are more important. But I agree that drums are one of the most important parts in the mix. But so we bought that, and we bought a large diaphragm condenser, the cheapest one they had, which I still have, and actually I use that for pop punk vocal sounds good on that still. But so we bought all that, and then I bought a 8-channel, or it was a 12-channel, but it had 8 real full channels Yamaha mixer from a pawn shop for like $30, and
Sorry, I'm laughing because I'm watching Rocio's face, and she has the smirk of I have no idea what's being said right now.
I'm just smiling because I'm ready for him to get
I
to
might
it.
as well be saying. So the compressor of the small. Just
Use all your
talk about
vocabulary.
the-
Unicorns also.
No, but yeah, so we would run. Well, it's so ridiculous. We would run all the microphones from the drums into that mixer and go left and right out into our 2 channels, and we would submix the drums on like a full track recording. And then if one tom was turned up just too loud, it would come out and we had to redo all the drums again.
Aw.
And there is I hate recording myself, and once I moved to Texas, like right when I moved to Texas, I did a recording of "Stay Together" for the Kids by Blink, and I put it on YouTube. It's still on YouTube, and it's so bad. My
gosh.
rack tom is so loud. It's like when I do my rolls, like but so yeah, that was what we used. But that's kind of what got me into wanting. I knew I'm not gonna be a rock star. That's so unlikely.
I was gonna ask you if
Yeah.
those videos are still up.
They are up, and they're so bad. I'm
You
not.
just type in your name.
No, it's our old band name, but I don't know if I
Damn.
want to say it.
there
I'll show
is-
you guys later. I don't want to say it in here though.
There is a video of me trash can drumming
Oh my God.
at night on
I
YouTube.
watched a couple.
That's pretty
I
cool.
showed
Oh
her.
my God.
Like literal trash
so
can?
hot.
Like, yeah, like I literally I used, because I was really into street drum corps.
Oh yeah.
So I would go out and buy, I have a ton of sticks. I would take 2 new sticks and then just go to like, here where we have a place called the Forum. I would go to
Oh,
the
yeah.
Forum and just start drumming on bike racks, buildings, anything, street signs. I didn't care what it was. I would make a melody on anything I could find. And like, that's just what I would do.
Yeah, I always thought that was so cool. People that know how to play an instrument make an instrument out
Yeah.
of something that other people think is nothing.
When I first moved to Texas,
I'm
my
so
mom.
glad you came to Texas. Finally got smart.
Oh my gosh.
At first I was disappointed, and I was like, all my family and friends were at home, but a lot of good opportunities came. I found an awesome school. My senior year in high school is when I moved here, and I did much better than I would have done in my old school. And I got a really good job straight out of high school, and then I got an even better job out of when I graduated college.
Got a
And
lot of pluses.
yeah,
Sorry, I hit the mic again.
and, I've met Kevin and Jeremy, which are 2 of my best friends like I've ever met. Yeah.
Oh, sentimental moment.
Cute.
So adorable.
So cute.
But so yeah, but I when I moved here, it was my mom stayed back with the house because our house in St. Louis hadn't sold yet, and we had to be here for my dad's job, and so all of our stuff was still there. We brought like clothes and my PlayStation, and the essential stuff, and I brought a guitar and my little practice amp, but I didn't have my drums because we couldn't fit it in our car in a little U-Haul trailer, and so I went to Home Depot and I bought those orange buckets. I got like 10 of those buckets, yeah, and drumsticks, and I played drums on those for like 4 months until my drums got here.
That's pretty cool.
There's a picture somewhere on Facebook of me doing that.
I remember what threw me off is I was using actual like super thick, like we nickname them horse legs.
Oh, your drumsticks?
Marching snake. No,
Yeah.
these were marching sticks, like for marching snare
Yeah,
drums.
those
just-
were actually my first drumsticks I ever had. My sister's boyfriend gave them to me. He was a drummer, and that's what got me really into drumming. I had a pair
Yeah.
of marching sticks, yeah.
and I mean, they're super thick because they gotta have that projection
Yeah.
on the field. And like, I played one for I think it was like 15 minutes
Yeah.
and freaking snapped it in the center of it, like the fattest part of that
ridiculous.
stick. And I hit, and I just saw like half of a stick fly, and I was like, "What?"
And you're like, I just broke a
Really?
tree trunk.
Yeah. And I figured, like, into it, I had only bought 1 pair because they were so thick. I was like,
Surely I can't break this.
oh, this has to be the stick that I will not snap.
Yeah.
Nope, still snapped it.
Were you playing hard like you are right now?
That's the only way he knows. That's all he
That's
knows.
the only way to-
I'd beat the crap out. I was using a trash can, and
Oh, okay. Okay. Same as I thought.
the trash can lasted for
One
Oh,
minute.
was it the metal ones?
yeah,
They're kind of light though.
like that you get at HEB, like not
Yeah.
HEB, like Home Depot.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
The
like
one
I-
that they banned, like, here, take the plastic ones, not these ones.
Yeah. Well, I think
Okay.
you can still buy the metal trash can.
I don't.
They
I
won't
haven't
take it.
seen
They
them.
won't take it.
Oh, well,
That's
yeah.
what my parents said. They
You
won't
can
take
have
it.
them, but the trash
No,
companies
you
won't.
can have
Yeah.
them.
It
but-
depends.
Yeah, you can have them, but they won't pick up the trash.
But-
Everywhere here has like their like you have to use our trash can. You have one. Where I grew up, I lived in the middle of the woods in this little town outside of St. Louis, and literally everyone had like go to Walmart and buy those metal trash
Oh,
cans.
yeah.
Or you were like, if you were white trash like us, we get these big. They say you can only have 4 bags, so we get these big construction trash bags. They're like 3 bags can fit inside of them. We
Oh
just
my
sit the
God.
bags outside, and they had to pick them up because it was 3 bags.
Well, the thing with our trash cans now too is we have special trash cans because the dumpster or garbage dudes don't even have to get out of the truck. They use
Yeah,
a special claw, so
it
that's
picks it up. Yeah, that's
but
true.
The trash can, I don't know how long they're supposed to last, but it lasted 1 rehearsal, and then we had 1 time to rehearse, and then we had to play like live for this little church thing we were doing, and like it only lasted. It was pretty much dead before I even finished the performance. Like, and we didn't practice that much.
It would have been more expensive to keep buying trash cans than to buy a drum kit.
Yeah, at one point, like I was just like, the stick's done, so I picked up the trash can and just started like beating it on the
Yeah.
ground. It's like a bass drum.
Like Slipknot.
Yeah, and it was just like flattened
like
on
the
one
beer
side.
keg. That's what you needed. You need to get a beer keg and a baseball bat, like Clown.
Yeah.
2 baseball bats.
Well, I say that this concludes the
The studio
first
cast.
podcast number uno.
What
It's
are we
number
gonna
1
call
for
it?
all you Americans.
I just called it Color in the Shape of Sound Studio Podcast numero uno 1.
Oh, that's the name of the studio.
Did you want to name the podcast, like the actual podcast?
It's called StudioCast.
StudioCast.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's
See, look how
cute.
creative I am right now.
StudioCast ein.
Your German side's coming out.
Well, we are in a city that was founded by Germans.
That is
so
true. That is true. Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. I guess this will conclude episode 1, and I don't know what's going to be next or how long till we'll put it up, but I'm hoping that Jeremy Zapata will sit in with us because he's a funny guy.
Mhm.
I'm psyched to have him on the podcast because if you know him, he is such a quiet guy. He doesn't talk at all unless you're like you're his bro, and he's crazy.
Well, like
He's a
this
funny
was
guy.
his idea to start too.
Yeah, exactly.
But I pushed the podcast to start.
Yeah, well, actually, Jeremy watches this Power Rangers podcast. He's like a big Power Rangers fan. So-
I had respect for the guy too.
No, don't kidding.
Aw,
I'm kidding.
babe.
I'm kidding. I love Jeremy.
He's awesome, dude.
He's more of a nerd than me, and I'm pretty nerdy, but he's a cool guy.
Talking
You're like my
nerdy to
Star
me.
Wars guy.
Yeah,
You guys
when-
like Star Wars?
how Kevin and I nerd out about music gear and stuff, which we didn't even get nearly halfway into how much we are into gear
Not
in this
even.
podcast.
No.
Well, Jeremy and I will do that about like Star Wars or like the Avengers or something. But yeah, anyway,
Did
so
you guys see the new Star Wars episode? It was so awesome.
did you see Kylo Ren? His lightsaber was so cool.
He's such a jerk, though.
But okay, so yeah, this is it for reals this time. This is the
For
end,
realsies.
and we'll see you next time.
Signing off.